Horizontal parabolas, which I casually refer to as sideways parabolas, are parabolas that instead of opening up or down, open left or right. Alright, now what we're going to do is go back first and review vertical. Our vertical parabolas in vertex form are y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. The vertex, hopefully you guys remember, was h, k. The axis of symmetry, I haven't really talked about that much with you yet, but that's x equals negative b over 2a. It's basically x equals h. And then the direction of opening. We already know this. If a is positive, it opens up. And if a is negative, it opens down. Okay, that is stuff you already know. And just to remind you, so if you had this, and that was a 6, if you had y equals negative 3 times x minus 5 squared plus 6, the vertex would be hk, so that's 5, 6. The axis of symmetry is x equals h, so x equals 5. And then this opens, since it's negative here, it opens down. So the vertex is at 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up there, and roughly, I'm not going to worry too much about the shape, something like that. That's a really bad drawing, but you get the idea. Okay. Now horizontal parabolas, you're taking something and you're flipping it this way. So honestly, it's like thinking of it as the inverse. So everywhere there's an x, you're going to swap x and y. And since h and k are also like inverse, like x and y, you're going to also swap them. So the horizontal, or the sideways parabola equation, instead of y equals, will be x equals a times, now instead of x, I'm going to put a y, minus, and then h and k are also going to swap places, so that becomes k, and that becomes h. Alright, I'm going to skip the vertex for now. The axis of symmetry is y equals k, and the direction of opening is, well, we're looking at right or left, and it works how you think it would. If a is positive, it opens to the right, and if a is negative, it opens to the left. Now the vertex, everything else is switching places, so you'd think that it would be KH, but it's not, because anytime you're graphing, at least in our class so far, it's always going to be the x-axis and the y-axis. So even though everything else is like reflecting over, you're still going to have HK. And that gets a little tricky. Alright, so for this first true example, now what you're looking for to know if it's vertical or horizontal, if it's vertical, it's y equals. If it's horizontal, it's x equals. So it's x equals, so I know I'm working with this formula, and that's horizontal. So that means that the y is here, and where before this was an h, and this one it's a k. And since it's a plus, what that really means is I have minus a negative 8, and that is my k value, and that this value outside is h. So my vertex instead is going to be negative 2, negative 8. My axis of symmetry is y equals k. I like to think of it as the letters and numbers in the parentheses, because it's y equals negative 8. And this one opens, since that's positive, it opens to the right. So if I were going to sketch the graph of this, my vertex is negative 2, negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere down there, and it opens to the right. May not be perfect, but something like that. Let's make that a little bit better. Okay. Now, in this one, we're in standard form. That's the difference. Here, you were given vertex form, but of course you have to be able to figure out even in standard form. Alright, so to get the vertex, you do negative b over 2a, just like before. So negative b over 2a, but before when you did it, it gave you h. So if it gave you h when you did negative b over 2a, this time it's going to be giving you k first. So it's a negative 24 over 2 times negative 2. Negative 24 divided by negative 4 gives you positive 6. To find out what h is, you're going to do f of 6. And when you plug 6 in, you do get a positive 3. Now remember, this is k and this is h. So my vertex is always hk, so that is 3, 6. My axis symmetry is y equals k, so y equals 6. And this opens, since that is negative, it opens to the left. So if I were to sketch this graph, my vertex would be at 3, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere up here, and it opens to the left. And the axis of symmetry, just for, I forgot to go over that, is just that invisible line about which it's symmetrical. Okay, that is that. Oh, I did want to mention, if you were to rewrite this in vertex form, you could. It works exactly how you think it would, that as x equals negative 2, y minus k minus 6 squared plus h. And that is everything you need to know for this lesson, for now.